warning before you listen. This epic is not for children, nor for the faint of heart. We retell the ancient Greek myths as they were born, unfiltered, unsoftened. Scenes of violence, curses, betrayals, and a hunger for power that shows no mercy. Given the many conflicting versions of the Titan War, the events have been rebuilt to complete the missing pieces. Here, we tell the myth as it was meant to be told. Sources and references are listed in the episode description. Chapter 82. From the Titan War, the clash of weapons, and the fall of time. The hour of crossing, when prophecy walks upon the dead. Cronus was not launching a military campaign. He was rewriting the throne in fire. It wasn't a decision, it was a summons, a growl from the root, from the wolf who never forgot the first blow he received, and now had decided to bite history by the throat. In a chamber that obeyed no geography, a place where pressure lived just before eruption, Cronus raised his hand. His voice did not come from his throat, it came from the core of the sickle itself. "Open the path and unleash the assault!" Above, in the sky, the first to rise, Hyperion, the first eye of fire. Not a sun, but a herald of a dawn that burns everything that dares outrun it. When his eyelid lifts, distance ignites. When he's angry, daylight itself collapses. Behind him, 40,000 soldiers born of blistering light, their bodies shimmer, untouchable. Their footsteps tear through clouds, not to reach, but to declare. This sun does not rise, it annihilates. He extended his hand over the glowing horizon and spoke. "I'll melt the heavens, bend thunder to my will." And Zeus will learn. No god is born beneath a light that was never blessed. On the land there were two. Coeus, the architect of collapse, he does not fight with a blade. He convinces the mountain to fall by itself. He doesn't shout. He whispers to stone until it betrays its roots. 20,000 march behind him, masters of psychological fracture. They don't kill. They make enemies destroy themselves. Their words are traps. Their eyes, wounds that never heal. He drew a map in ancient ash and said, "I won't attack them, I will unravel them. I'll embed doubt into their nerves, and when they fall, they'll thank me." Beside that silence stood Erebus, the living absence, unseen, unscented, untouchable, but always present, as if the shadows, fleeing the light, had found refuge in him. He led 20,000 illusionists of oblivion. They strike intentions before they form. They erase their foes not through death, but by deleting them from memory itself. Wrapping himself in darkness, he whispered, "I do not fight. I extinguish those who think they shine." At sea, the waters had split into twin storms. Thaumas, first bolt of the ocean, born of storm, raised by wave. He is wind that does not rain, he tramples. Behind him, 20,000 knights of the sea storm, creatures that cannot be grasped, only swallowed. He whistled to the tide and said, "No drowned will survive," nor those who believed they stood above the flood. Beside him moved Perses, the whispering flame. He does not scream, he rises, each spark a promise of disaster. He walks like smoke, kills like a meteor sent to redefine rage. Behind him, 20,000 silent detonators, their feet make no sound. But everything after them leaves no living trace. He stepped over the water and lit its back aflame, saying, "I will burn the sea. I'll boil it to steam before it realizes it was on fire." 6 commanders, 120,000 soldiers, and a king waiting to feast on what remains. Cronus gazed at the map of war not as a strategy, but as a banquet table. "This time," he said, "I will not swallow them as infants. I will butcher them as men and hang their heads in the sky. So every generation after knows no one is born a god, unless he is baptized by catastrophe." The armies marched, not as an invasion, but as a rearrangement of truth. Each front carried its own hell. Each commander a fully formed curse, and the path forward, it no longer resembled a road, but a prophecy, walking over corpses that would later be written, as necessary. And only one question remained: can lightning endure when the sky itself swears upon the sword? This chapter of the epic has come to an end, but remember, what you've just heard is not a record of facts, but the echo of a myth, a story born from the imagination of the ancients, etched into the long memory of humankind. If this tale stirred something in you, if it opened a door to reflection or wonder, don't forget to support the channel and share the journey with those you love. And in the comments, tell us, which moment in this chapter struck you the most and why? We'll meet again in the next chapter of this audio odyssey through time. Until then, farewell.